Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. And I welcome you all to this session of daily editorial analysis. So, I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good morning. So, I hope that I am properly audible and visible to all of you. And so, let's start our editorial session. Now, in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, let us have a look at this. The first topic is going to be with respect to the economic growth versus employment. Here we are going to compare two models. Basically, we are going to compare our economic model with that of China's economic model. We are going to see a comparison between them, and then we are going to see that what lessons India should draw from this from China with respect to employment. So this is the first part. Second part is with respect to the cafe norms. I think you all may be aware about this, that the corporate average efficiency norms have been introduced. So we will look into that what is this new norm, and at the same time, when we are talking about the cafe norms, why it is crucial or why it is not crucial, we will see that. The third part will be AI, women and agriculture. This will be our third topic related to AI, women and agriculture. Okay. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. So let us start them. First, with respect to the economy. The title is to fix the economy. To fix the economy, you have to fix the to fix the unemployment, you have to fix the economy first. So this is the main idea. Okay. Now, what we are going to discuss in this article, first, what has been India's approach? What has been India's approach and its impact? And its impact. We will also see what has been China's approach. What has been China's approach? Okay. Then, new reforms in India. New reforms in India. And at the same time, we will look into this aspect that what lessons we are going to get from China. So these are the four things which we are going to talk about in this article. That what has been our approach to economy, what has been the resultant impact. Then we will see that what has been there in China and their impact. Then we will see that what has been done in India in order to reform this. And then we will look at this angle that what other things India need to do. So this is a type of article which will be related to employment. Okay. The core idea here is the employment issue. In the employment issue, we are going to see this. Now, so let us start this. When we are talking about India's approach, when we look at India's approach, it has been about ease of doing business. Ease of doing business has been the central focus of the economy. You may be aware about this, that there was earlier a report also about this. Ease of doing business. Ease of doing business. We see that it has been central focus. Here we see that multiple things have been done. We see that, for example, corporate tax reform. India was having one of the highest corporate tax at 35%. It has been brought down to effectively 22.5%. So there has been a corporate tax reform. There has also been GST reforms. There has been GST reforms, labor law reforms, which has reduced compliance, so we see that labor law reforms has been there. It has been reducing the compliance. There has been GST reforms which has been increasing the same manner. There has been labor flexibility, okay, increasing labor flexibility. Labor flexibility. What we see here, what is the meaning of it? We see that contractual jobs increasing, easy to lay off employees. We see that it is now easier for the companies to lay off the employees. This has been there. Okay. Then we see that there has been relaxation of the environmental regulations. There has been relaxation of environmental regulations. There has been relaxation with respect to environmental regulations. Okay. We see that infrastructure and other things have also been created for the ease of doing business. So while we are having this ease of doing business, okay, we also see that there has been more and more involvement, aggressive promotion of AI in industries. There has been aggressive promotion of AI in industries. That has also been done. So we see that the central focus has been productivity, efficiency and profit of the companies. Okay. So what we see here, that the central focus, the main theme, the main focus is around efficiency, productivity and profit. The main idea here is about the efficiency, productivity and profit. Now, what is the impact of this? What is the impact of this? We see that if we are talking about the implications, if we talk about implications, we see that there is a high unemployment ratio, and that too especially for graduates. Those who are graduates, they are facing more job crisis. Those who are graduates, they are facing more crisis. Then we see that job insecurity. We see that there is frequent layoff. What we see that many of the companies nowadays, they are working on investor cycle. When they are getting investment, they are hiring off some employees, they are increasing the productivity, and again, then they are laying off the workers without any due notice, without anything. Last day also there were certain reports that a major media channel has fired more than 100 employees in one single go. Okay. So we see that even in the broadcasting, even in the other forms, even in other companies, there is frequent layoff. More than 100 plus employees are being fired in one single day. So this is one of the layoff thing which is going on, and it has become much more frequent. It has become much more easier. Now the companies are permitted to fire off 300 employees, up to 300 employees, without giving like a proper notice to the government. So what we see that this is something which is being done. So job insecurity is on the rise. We also see that the wages they are on the having a declining trend, having a declining trend. The wages are having a declining trend. We have seen that labor protest in Noida and other areas for wage hike. For wages hike. Okay. So we have seen that there has been protest in Noida and other regions for wage hike. That has also been there. We see that the rights of labor to protest or strike has been diluted. So we see that even their rights of protesting, striking, or any other thing has been diluted. So we see that we are witnessing that on one side we are having the ease of doing business, which has been main focus. On the other side, we see that the labor, it is not very much satisfied. The labor is having the we are having one of the highest unemployment ratio. We are also having this job insecurity, wages, they are having a declining trend. The labor, their protests in Noida and other areas are highlighting this issue, and even their right to do so has also been curtailed. So this is one such scenario of Indian economy where we are having a economic growth on one side, but we are having a silent job crisis on the other side. Okay. So what we see that we are witnessing economic growth, we are having economic growth versus a silent job crisis. A silent job crisis. This is one thing which we are seeing here in the present times. Okay. Okay. So this is the first part which we have to be aware about. Now the thing is, when we are looking at China, so what has been their approach? Let us try to evaluate this one part, that what has been the approach of China in this regard. Let us try to see that part also. Now, if we talk about China, they are also having a comparable population. We are having a comparable population. What we see that in China also there have been aggressive adoption. There have been aggressive adoption of AI and robotics. AI and robotics. Okay. So what we see that the Chinese companies are also replacing manual labor, human labor via robots. They have also given focus on, their focus is also on efficiency and economy. Their focus has also been about the efficiency and economy. But what we see, that is one of the approach of the Chinese companies. But what we see that the courts in China, the courts in China, they have ruled against laying off of employees to be replaced by AI. Okay. So they have ruled against replacing humans by robots. Okay. They have instructed, or you can say directed, the companies to train their employees. What we see that they have instructed their companies, they have directed their companies that you have to go for training of the employees. Okay. You have to go for this training of the employees. Okay. So the main focus is that they have said that companies have social responsibilities towards the worker. So companies have social responsibilities. Companies have social responsibility towards labor. So this is something which we see in China, that their courts have been in this favor of the humans, that you cannot replace simply the humans. You have to train them, you have to give them the better jobs. So if you want to use AI, there is no restriction on use of AI. But if you are going for AI, then first you have to train the employees so that they can get alternative jobs. They can be provided some other jobs. So you have to give a focus on their job also. It's fine if you want to add robots to your company, you can do so. But at the same time, when you are firing of an employee, it is not good. You have to train them so that they can get some other job. So rather than firing of the employees, their focus is on training the employees so that they can become suitable for other jobs. They can become suitable for other jobs. Okay. So this is one of the things which we see here. Now what we see also here in the case of China, the Chinese administration, okay, they have focus on AI integration in education, AI integration in education. They have focus on skilling of their worker, skilling of their worker. Plus at the same time, they have a focus on welfare of their workers. You can see this. As a result of all this, the per capita income of China has increased by 8 times since 1990s. Okay. If we compare, it has increased multiple times as compared to India. So we see that their per capita income is quite higher. You can see this one thing, that when we talk about China, so their per capita income is quite higher as compared to India. Okay. So their per capita income has increased 8 times faster than Indian in the last 10 years. Okay. So per capita income of China, of Chinese people increased 8 times faster than Indians in last 30 years. So this is one of the change which you will see, that in China they are also focusing on efficiency and economy. They are focusing on robotics. In fact, they are the leader in robotics. They are also going for AI integration. but meanwhile they are also safeguarding their population. Meanwhile they are also looking for the social security of their workers. So this is the difference in approach. This is the difference in approach for this the economy in China and economy in India. Now, if we talk about the recent steps, what we see in case of India, if we see, there are certain recent steps. There are certain recent steps. What we see that in the recent time, the government has also focused, okay, that our goal is like for 2047, our goal is ease of living. Okay. For 2047, for Viksit Bharat, for Viksit Bharat, by 2047, the priority is ease of living. The priority is about the ease of living. So government has a focus that we will have ease of living as our focus. Okay. So this is one of the aim which we are having. This is one of the aim which we are having. In fact, government has gone for various skill programs are going on. We have got various skilling programs. We have got various skilling programs like Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana. Okay. We have AI integration. We have AI integration in schools and colleges. We also see that several AI certification courses, by IITs. We also see that there has been also, we see that there have been several AI certification courses by IITs that has also been there for social security also. For the purpose of social security, we see that there is Atal Pension Yojana. Okay. For social security also, we have the Atal Pension Yojana. Then we also see that reforms for gig workers also. Reforms for gig workers at a state level. Like example, Karnataka. So we see that there have been certain reforms in India also with respect to skilling of the workers, with respect to social security of the workers. Now, at the same time, what should be the way forward? What should be the way forward here? Let us try to see this. Like, what should be our approach? When we are talking about this, what should be our approach? Okay. So we see that we have to adopt an employment first strategy. We have 1.5 billion people. So we cannot have an economy first or efficiency first policy. We need to go for employment first strategy. Employment first strategy. We have to promote labor intensive industries. Then mandate for industries to train workers on job. There must be a mandate for the companies to train the workers on job itself. That while they are doing the job, they should also be trained. They should be given reskilling and upskilling. Okay. There must be a component of there must be a component of reskilling and upskilling, that they should be trained again and again, they should be reskilling and upskilling. So that is also something which is required. Okay. Then we have to also strengthen the workers' right. We have to strengthen the rights of workers. And for this, we have to reform labor laws, with suggestions from labor unions, So we have to go for reform of the labor laws with suggestions from the labor unions, and also we have to upgrade social security schemes. The present social security schemes are not sufficient enough. The present social security schemes are not sufficient enough to meet the needs of the present time. So that's why we need to do this. In fact, you can see this, that first we have gone for going this part, what has been India's approach, what has been the implication. Then we see that what has been China's approach, what has been done in their courts, in their administration. Then in the recent times, what India has been doing, there have been several AI certification courses, Atal Pension Yojana, skilling programs, ease of living as the main focus, and then what should be the way forward. So, notes done. I think in this manner you can make your notes easily. क्या इंडिया को अपने ग्रेजुएट्स और स्किल्ड वर्कर को ट्रेनिंग के लिए फॉरेन कंट्रीज भेजना चाहिए? आई थिंक वी कैन डू इट इन इंडिया इटसेल्फ. So I hope this is one manner in which you can make your notes on different topics. Aggressive promotion of AI in industries. Yes, government is helping the businesses in order to use AI to optimize their processes. Government is helping the businesses to adopt AI so that they can streamline their processes, they can make their supply chains more efficient, they can make their production more efficient. So this is how government promotes the AI, aggressive promotion of AI in businesses. Okay. How? Like suppose that a company is making car. Now when you are making car, there are two approaches. You can have various laborers who can be doing this. On the other hand, you can have a AI enabled machines which can do the same task. The manufacturing of car can be done through machines also, it can be done by humans also. So when you are using AI enabled machines, so it will be much more faster, it will be much more efficient, but at the same time it will cost job of hundreds of people. So that is one example. If you are having production of anything, let's say an electronic device, in that either you can employ the humans or you can use AI enabled machines which can do the same task. Okay, I hope it's clear. See, we are seeing one thing at a time. देखो अपना focus क्या है? देखो, try to understand this one thing. There are two types of news. One which creates sensation. There is two types of news. One which creates sensation, which is good to hear, which is good to talk about everything. So that is something which can be done by those people who are talking about the issues in the country, those who are talking about the various problems in the country, the governance lack, etc. Our focus is for preparation of exam. So we will try to address those things which can come in our exam. and we will always try to pick those topics, those concepts which can help you in writing the answers. So there is going to be a difference in what we are doing in our session and what generally is being talked about on social media. So there is going to be a difference in that. Okay. Now, coming to the next part, we are having beyond compliance, India's road to cleaner mobility. Okay. Here we are talking about this cafe norms. I hope that's clear. So that's why we are not talking about what KAG has highlighted with respect to this or that. Okay. Now, coming to this one part, the cafe norms. I think you all may have heard about this, the cafe norms. Okay. Now, I think you are having a background of this. It is applicable to vehicle manufacturers. It is applicable to vehicle manufacturers. What is the goal? To improve the mileage means more kilometer per liter of fuel. And the second goal is to reduce the greenhouse gas emission. To reduce the greenhouse gas emission. Now, in India, if we talk about this, in India, this was something which was proposed first in 2017. And what we see that recently draft proposal, the draft proposal of CAFE 3 norms have been published. So see this one thing, this is the background of it. That we are having a CAFE norms, corporate average efficiency norms. Okay. So it is applicable to the vehicle manufacturers. What is the main goal? One of the goal is to improve the mileage and to reduce the greenhouse gas emission. These are the twin goals of this CAFE norms. Now here what we see that in India it was proposed first or implemented first in 2017, and now the third set of rules, the third set of guidelines have come up, which will be effective from 2027 to 2032. So this is going to be applicable from 27 to 32. That is one thing which has come up. Now what we see that this CAFE norms, the aim is this. But what we see that there has been certain criticism of it. So let us look at this. What is the criticism? Okay. What is the criticism? There are 5 different criticism of the CAFE norms. First thing is the carbon neutrality factor. What we see here, that those who are ethanol compliant vehicles, they are getting benefit. Okay. Or the ethanol vehicles are receiving benefits. ethanol vehicles are getting benefits as they are considered carbon neutral. As they are considered carbon neutral, ethanol is considered as carbon neutral, so they are generally getting the benefit in this case. But the problem is, do we have a fixed policy on ethanol? The government has recently said that ethanol is a trial. Government has said that ethanol is a trial. So do we have a fixed policy on this? But what we see, however, ethanol is a trial thing. Ethanol is a trial policy. We are having ethanol as a trial policy. Government has said that we are doing the experiment with ethanol. So if we are having an experiment and we are making our entire CAFE norms on the basis of an experiment, we are not clear about the ethanol. We are not clear about the ethanol. In fact, the government has recently accepted that it is having a little bit lesser mileage. It is causing reduction of mileage somewhat. Okay. So how we are going to use that for giving benefits in CAFE norms? On one hand, the CAFE norms is aimed at improving the mileage, but then we are giving benefit for the ethanol vehicles because that is carbon neutral. That is carbon neutral. So this is one of the major challenge in our ethanol policy. Second thing is like we have this option that if we are going for battery electric vehicles or if we are having the hybrids, they are getting some benefit. Okay. So what we see that there is no such focus on reducing the efficiency, on increasing the efficiency of the existing vehicles. Okay. We see that this is the credit for clean vehicles. Credit for clean vehicles. Basically, what happens that a company gets more credit for electric vehicle, flex fuel vehicle, etc. Now, they are not working on improving efficiency of petrol or diesel vehicle. See, the thing is that right now we are calculating the entire fleet. We are not calculating, just let me give an example what is being said in this article. Okay, like suppose that there is a company X. Now it is selling 100 vehicles. Now out of the 100 vehicles, it is having 50 fossil based and 50 EV based. Suppose that it has to reduce 100 ton. It has to reduce 100 ton emission. So by using the 50 electric vehicle, it is able to reduce this 100 ton. By using the 50 electric vehicle, it is able to reduce this 100 ton. So it is not going to work on improving this. Okay. This one is helping to reduce. So target achieved. The thing is, target has been achieved here. So no need to improve this. So what we see that the companies are not improving their diesel variant, they are not improving their petrol variant. Rather, what they are doing a mix of vehicles. They are selling a mix of vehicles. So by selling a mix of vehicles, they are actually doing what? They are helping to gain, they are like gaining the credits for it. They are getting the credits for it. And using that credit, they are able to meet their target. Once they have met their target, they don't need to work on improving the efficiency of their vehicles. Okay. Here, just one second. I hope now it is visible. So what I was telling you that, just one second. I hope now it is visible properly. Okay. So what I was telling you that the second thing is a company can get more credit. A company can get more credit for electric vehicle, flex fuel vehicle. So they are not working on improving the efficiency of petrol or diesel vehicle. They are not working on improving the efficiency of petrol diesel vehicle. Let me give an example. Suppose a company has a target that they have to sell 100 vehicles. A company has a target that they have to sell 100 vehicles. Now, suppose 50 of them is fossil based, 50 of them is electric vehicle based. They are having a target. The target is you have to reduce 100 tons of emissions. They have a target that you have to reduce 100 tons of emission. So what they are doing, they are simply achieving this target by the help of electric vehicle. They are able to achieve this by the help of electric vehicle. So they don't need to improve their fossil based vehicles. There is no need for them to improve their fossil based vehicle. So they are having so little target. They are having so little target that they are able to achieve it by just having a few electric vehicles. And let me give you an example. If we talk about China, they have got 55% new cell of electric vehicle. In case of India, we are having 4% new cell of electric vehicle. So if there are 100 vehicles in India, only 4 of them are electric. If there are 100 vehicles in India, there are only 4 of them are like electric vehicles. And in case of China, it is 55. So we see that just by having a few numbers of electric vehicles, we are able to get the target completed. We are able to get the target completed. So this is something which is harming our policy. This is something which is harming our policy. The third important factor which has been highlighted here, that like the companies, they can purchase the credit. The third thing is companies can purchase the credit at a cheaper price. Companies can purchase credit for non-compliance from Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Then we also see that the credits cost much lower as compared to innovation cost. So companies are able to do this one simple thing. Why to invest in technology? Why to invest in technology when you can purchase cheaper credits from Bureau of Energy Efficiency? So there is a trading system here also. You can purchase the credit from Bureau of Energy Efficiency to offset the target. If you have been given a target that you need 100 credit, so purchase it from Bureau of Energy Efficiency. They will provide you at a cheaper rate. So why to focus on improving the efficiency of vehicle? Why to focus on innovation when you can easily purchase the credit from Bureau of Energy Efficiency itself? So government itself is selling the credit. So then what we see that it's quite easier for them. Okay. Then at the same time, this compliance is assessed over 3 years. So no need to improve at a faster rate. Third thing is the time gap. Compliance assessment in 3 years. So no need to hurry. So we see that there is no need to hurry for innovation also. So again, the companies don't have to be faster. They don't have to do anything at a fast rate. Okay. So this is one of the part that why the companies are not going for innovation. Why the companies are not going for innovation. Okay. That they know that there is a huge time gap, 3 years. They can easily go for compliance after 2 years. And for compliance also, suppose that even if they fail, they can easily buy the credit from the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Okay. So this is one of the part. What is the main theme? That we have got the CAFE norms. It is talking about emission reduction, but it is not a sharp policy. It is not a sharp policy which can actually help in reduction of emission. It cannot help in actual reduction of emission because the companies are not in a hurry. The companies are not in a pressure to go for new innovation. So that is one of the things which is being discussed in this article. Okay. So now what we see that now again here we have a comparison from China. Again here we see that a comparison with China. Comparison with China. They have a dual system. They are having a dual system. One is requirement similar to CAFE norms. One is the requirement similar to CAFE norms, although more strict. But we see that they are more strict. So they are more strict. That is more strict. Second thing is they have to also get new energy vehicle credit. Okay. So there is also new energy vehicle credit requirement. New energy vehicle credit requirement means they have to fulfill two things. They have to fulfill two things. In the beginning itself, I have told you what is the full form of CAFE. In the beginning itself, I have told you what is the full form of CAFE norms. CAFE stands for Corporate Average Efficiency Emission. Corporate average fuel emission, corporate average fuel efficiency, that is the CAFE norms. Corporate average fuel efficiency, that is the full form of CAFE norms. Just wait 1 minute, this camera is fluctuating. Just 1 second, let me ask the team. Just wait, I will ask the team. Camera purana ho gaya. There is no issue with camera. Perhaps there is issue with the software something, because there is no flickering in the camera. There is flickering in the streaming. Okay, so I think now I am properly audible and visible to all of you. We are back from the 1990s after time travel. So we are back to 2026 from 1990s. Now, what I was saying, that if we compare, we have one comparison with China. China is also having a similar norm with respect to this with respect to this vehicles. They are having dual system. They are having a cafe norms, like we are having a cafe norm, so they are also having cafe norms. Now the second thing which we see, they are also having a new vehicle requirement, new energy vehicle requirement. So on one side they are pushing the efficiency of their petrol diesel vehicles. Okay, so this is something which is pushing efficiency. And on the other hand, what we see, this one is pushing EV vehicles, electric vehicles. So in case of China, there is two things. One is they are going for corporate average efficiency norm similar to India. So this one is pushing the efficiency of the vehicles, the petrol diesel vehicles. On the other hand, they are also having a new energy vehicle requirement, which is pushing the supply of vehicles with new energy, like electric vehicles or the hybrid vehicles or the flex fuel vehicles. So that's why you can see that in China we have 55% of new cars or new vehicles which are electric vehicles. So that is the difference. Which we see here in the case of the corporate average, in case of Indian cafe norms versus China. I hope this one topic is clear. See, let me explain it to you again. First of all, we have seen that in India, we have got the corporate average fuel efficiency norms. It was first proposed in 2017. Now we have got a new proposal for CAFE 3 norms. What we see that it is applicable to vehicle manufacturers. There is twin goal to improve the mileage to reduce the greenhouse gas emission. Now here, when we look at this, there are certain criticism. First of all, we see that ethanol vehicles are getting reward under this new norm. Now we see that ethanol is not our clearly established policy. Despite that, we are having a focus on ethanol. So this is something which is considered challenging. Second part here, that like suppose that credit for clean vehicles. So a company which is there under the CAFE norms, they will get more credits for their clean vehicles. Now the thing is, if they are getting the credit for new vehicles, that to a higher credit, they are not going to improve the petrol or diesel vehicles. What we also see here, that companies, they can purchase the credit from non-compliance. They can easily purchase the credit, and when they are purchasing it, it is at a much lower cost. So they are not focusing on innovation. They have no such incentive to focus on innovation. At the same time, their compliance is going to be assessed in 3 years. So if there is a 3-year gap, like suppose if you have an exam 3 years later, so will you start preparing for the exam in the same manner? If you have an exam just 2 months later, you will be fully focused on it. You will be giving full attention to the class. You will not focus or you will not deviate sorry, you will not deviate to other issues. But when you know that exam is at least 1 year away, then you can deviate on to other issues, you can talk about something else. But when the exam comes near, then you start focusing on what is given in Lakshmikant, what is there in editorial, what is there in current affairs. So that is the same thing here also, that if they have to comply after 3 years, they will not be that much attentive. They will not be that much attentive. Okay. So this is the one part which we see, that what are the issues. If we compare with China, they are also having a similar CAFE norms. They are also having new energy vehicle credit requirement. So on one side, they are pushing the efficiency of vehicles. On other side, they are also going for new clean energy vehicles also. Okay. So I hope that's clear. ये दोनों टॉपिक क्लियर है आपको? Now coming to the third topic. टाइम है ना आपके पास? Now coming to the third topic. Okay. So the third topic is about this, the India's next AI test, informal women worker. We are going to talk about the third part, the informal labor worker. Okay. चलो इसको कल डिस्कस करते हैं, थोड़े अच्छे से इसको डिस्कस करना है, तो लेट्स डिस्कस इट टुमारो. आज के लिए आपको एक यही दो टॉपिक रखते हैं. लेट्स डिस्कस दिस वन टॉपिक टुमारो, एंड वी हैव दिस वन क्वेश्चन. जस्ट राइट दिस फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ये दूसरा क्वेश्चन मैं कल आपको पढ़ाऊंगा, तब आप लिखना. okay. तो जस्ट सी दिस फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दिस इज वन थिंग विच यू हैव टू डू. नाउ लेट्स कम टू द लास्ट डे क्वेश्चन. अब इसमें से आपने कौन सा आंसर लिखा है? टेल मी अबाउट दिस वन पार्ट. विच आंसर यू हैव रिटन? विच आंसर यू हैव रिटन? इसमें से कौन सा आंसर लिखा है आपने? यस प्लीज नीलू. बोथ पहला ही लिखा है? नहीं, यू हैव टू राइट बोथ आंसर्स. यू हैव टू राइट बोथ आंसर्स. India should pursue a strategic autonomy by strengthening its own economy and military capabilities while maintaining a firm stance against Chinese coercion. Now, if we are talking about this one answer, if we are talking about this one topic, how we should be approaching it? In introduction, we can talk about the geopolitical context. The geopolitical context and implications on India. Geopolitical context and its implications on India. That is the first thing which we have to do. Yeah. That is the first thing which we have to do, that the geopolitical implications, geopolitical context and its implications on India. Okay. This can be one of the things. Second option can be with respect to US and China. Second of the thing is that US and China has emerged as two different poles of India. It is becoming increasingly difficult for India to navigate its relation with respect to US and China. Okay. It is becoming increasingly difficult to manage our relations with both US and China in the present geopolitics. ऐसा भी आप introduction लिख सकते हो. Or you can just mention about the geopolitical context right now, that the world is going through a volatile and unpredictable, uncertain situation, which is having energy security, defense, and strategic implications for India. Yeah. Then you can mention that what challenges are there. So both options can be there. You can either mention about the geopolitical context, or you can message about this one part. Okay. So सर हिंदी क्लास में बहुत अननेसेसरी. Okay, I will try something. Okay, I will try something. Meanwhile, you can do one thing. Like if you are having some doubt, so after the end of the session, you can put it in the comment box, so that on the next day I can take that doubt. then it will not be that much difficult. While answer writing, I go blank when it comes to the content. The moment I start writing, despite the fact that I'm aware of the content. See, so suppose that when we are talking about the keyword here the keyword is discuss. So let me tell you what you have to do. It is saying that India should pursue its strategic autonomy by strengthening its own economic and military capability while maintaining a firm stand against Chinese coercion. Okay. So there is a inherent focus on China. Okay. There is an inherent focus on China. Okay. So first of all, what you can do, you can mention, like just after this, you can mention the main body part. Okay. The main body, when you will start, you can give one subheading about China's policy. China's policy towards India. Towards India. This is one part. Okay. And it is saying that India should pursue a strategic autonomy by strengthening its own economic and military capabilities. So what India has to do? Okay. That the approach of India, how we can counter approach of India to manage China. To manage China. There you can mention that we have to strengthen economic capability. Economic capability. That will be one part. Second part will be military preparedness. Military preparedness. Okay. So you will focus on this thing, that how India can strengthen itself. And then this is something which can provide strategic autonomy to India. The question is not here asking about the US. The question has especially focused on China. The question has especially focused on China. So here the first part will be main body, China's policy towards India. Then what should be the probable approach of India to manage China? Economic capability, military preparedness. Both of them are leading to a strategic autonomy. Then in the conclusion, since it is 150 words itself, in the conclusion, what we will do, we will also push for the idea of association or alliance with like-minded countries. Like-minded countries, especially for critical mineral supply chain, technological innovation, and security in Indo-Pacific. And security in Indo-Pacific region. Okay. So in writing this answer, what we will do, first we are going to talk about the geopolitical context and implication on China. Okay. Sorry, implications on India. Then we will talk about the Chinese coercive policies. Chinese coercive policies. One approach can also be an introduction. You can you can mention a little bit about there is a push towards managing relations with China with respect to US. तो उसका भी context आप दे सकते हो. जो US and China वाले जो मैंने बताया था कि you can give the context of that also, or you can mention about the geopolitics right now. Both options are there, जिसको आप introduction में लिख सकते हो. Then you will mention, since the question is especially asking about China, not about US. So here you will first move about this, that the Chinese coercive policies, China की जो coercive policy है उसको हम बताएंगे. Then the probable approach for India, how we can strengthen our economic capability, how we can do our military preparedness. Okay. If you want, you can add some steps by government as examples in these points. जब आप ये point लिख रहे हो ना कि what we have to do, like in the economic capability you will write this, that we have to improve innovation in technology. So there you can mention about some of the recent schemes of the government for promoting innovation. If you are talking about promotion of industries, you can talk about what reforms have been done by government with respect to industries. So economic capability में आप बताओगे कि what has been done by government also in form of example. So give the suggestion, write the example. Give the suggestion, write the example. In military preparedness also, in the same manner that we have to go for indigenous defense production, we have to go for smart border control, we have to improve our defense capabilities. So in the same manner, you will also write the examples. Like for improving our defense capability, we are having S-400 system. We are having Akash Tir system. So here you should be also using examples. This will be adding the beauty to your answer. This is something which will be adding the beauty to your answer. That is one thing which you have to do. Okay. So yes, this is something which you have to add. Okay. So this is one part. Question is saying that economic and military preparedness, you will especially address this. In conclusion, you can go for alliance with like-minded countries, etc. I hope that is clear. इंडो चाइना बॉर्डर मैप भी बनाया था, वेरी गुड. I hope now it's clear that how to write this answer, how to approach this answer. Multi-alignment rather than, you can also go for multi-alignment. Okay, you can also say that we can go for multi-alignment. So conclusion is yours. You can focus on anything. Now, if we talk about a nation can truly develop only when all the citizens are included in the development process. ये क्वेश्चन फिर आप लिखना. इस बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है जो आपको एग्जाम में पूछा भी जाता है. In GS paper 1 and GS paper 2 also, you can get a question like this. In fact, in essay also it can be a question, but yes, here itself, it is an important topic which you have to write. A nation can truly develop only when all the citizens are included in the development process. Comment. And the keyword is also comment. So you have a wide ranging option. You have a wide ranging option. Like if you have to write this, you can mention like this. Suppose you can first, you can start with the constitution also. You can start with the constitutional article also, that the constitution derives its, or the source of the constitution is we the people of India. It means the primary focus of the constitution is the welfare of the people, which is reflected in fundamental rights, DPSP and all other provisions of the constitution. So you can start with the constitutional ideal. कि कैसे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लोगो से जुड़ा हुआ है, इससे आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. दैट कैन बी वन ऑफ द इंट्रोडक्शन विच यू कैन राइट. यहाँ पे इंट्रोडक्शन में आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का पक्ष ले सकते हो या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हवाले से लिख सकते हो. द सोर्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज वी द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया एंड द various provisions of the constitutions like fundamental right, DPSP, preamble all reflect that it ultimately aims to ensure the welfare of all the citizens of the country. Of all, और all को capital में लिख के ऐसे कर सकते हो कि all the citizens, और इसको इस तरीके से ब्रैकेट में भी मीन्स इसको अंडरलाइन भी कर सकते हो. So this is one of the way how we can improve the representation of your answer. It aims to, you can simply write all the citizens, but if you give like this, it will be having more emphasis on the point at all the citizens. Okay. So this is one of the things which you should do in the introduction. Then you can talk about this. Part. The question is saying a nation can truly develop only when all the citizens are included. Okay. So here you can take this one approach. That first thing is why it is necessary, the present limitations. You can give some of the recent examples. Why it is necessary, that will be the first point. Why it is necessary. Here you can again quote the constitution. One point can be about constitution. One point can be about sustainable development. one point can be about the, one point can also be about the poverty anywhere. You can also write this one thing, that poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. So poverty can be of any type. So if one section is deprived, it can have impact on all other sections of the society. So why it is necessary, that will be one of the point. Okay. The recent limitations to the approach. There you can talk about the students suffering from paper leak, unemployment, quality education lack. Then you can talk about farmers. Okay. Then you can talk about the job insecurity. You can talk about the corruption. You can talk about health and other social services. That what are the existing gaps? Okay. What are the existing gaps? You can write that. Then you can mention about this one thing, the government steps. चाहो तो आप इसको फ्लो चार्ट के फॉर्म में दिखा सकते हो, recent government steps, and then make another flow chart with respect to this part, that what should be the way forward. इसको लेकर भी आप एक फ्लो चार्ट बना सकते हो कि what should be done with respect to the way forward. And then finally you can write the conclusion. In conclusion, you can tag the Viksit Bharat by 2047. Viksit Bharat, ease of living, इसको आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हो. So Viksit Bharat has a goal of ease of living by 2047. This can be ensured with a all-inclusive approach rather than a segmented or a fragmented approach. तो ये इस क्वेश्चन के लिखने में आप बता सकते हो कि कमेंट कीवर्ड है. कमेंट इज मल्टी डायमेंशनल, इसमें आप जितने चाहो पॉइंट्स उसको ऐड कर सकते हो. तो व्हाट वी सी, you can start first with the constitutional ideal. Second thing is why it is necessary. Third thing is the recent limitations or recent challenges. Fourth part, government steps. Fifth part is the way forward, and sixth part will be the conclusion, where you can connect the Viksit Bharat ease of living with the answer. Okay. So I hope you can write this answer also. देखो, जो फिलोसफिकल टाइप के आंसर्स होते हैं उनको लिखना टफ है, बट यू हैव टू राइट इट, यू हैव टू राइट दिस इज द ओनली थिंग. सर एक दो दिन आंसर ना लिखने पर अगेन स्टार्ट करने में लेजीनेस क्यों आ जाती है? सी द थिंग इज that if we are talking about laziness, that why there is a laziness. The thing is like there is one concept in physics, inertia. There is a concept in physics called as inertia. So inertia is applicable here also. So you have inertia of answer writing, you have inertia of no answer writing. So inertia of no answer writing is like this, that everyone continues to not write an answer until an external force pushes them to write an answer. And inertia of answer writing will be like this, that everyone continues to write the answer on a daily basis until unless an external force or external cause demotivates them or like distract them from answer writing. So we have the inertia of answer writing and inertia of not answer writing. So now if you are having that inertia of not answer writing, then I am pushing you by external factor that you can start the answer writing. So that inertia can be overcome with the help of this external push. So देखो, that is one part related to physics. Okay. So now I am giving you that external force. You can start answer writing now. Okay. So thank you very much. Let's meet tomorrow. Then we will discuss more editorials. This one AI part also. Thank you everyone. Take care. All the best. And have a good day. Thank you.